Hey everyone, my name's ExxotikGaming and welcome back to another PUBG Mobile video. If you guys have been watching my channel the past few months, you have come to realize that I really enjoy Battle Royale games, and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is no exception. PUBG Mobile was released worldwide not too long ago, and I know many people are still getting the hang of the game. They aren't too experienced as of right now, and I want to try and help them. So, just like I've done for a few other games in the past, I wanted to make a tips and tricks video explaining all of the best tips and tricks to improving your gameplay and ultimately win in PUBG Mobile. I really hope this video will help you guys. If it does, make sure to leave a like down below. I'd really appreciate it. Also, I absolutely love PUBG Mobile, and I will be doing many other videos and streams, including tips and tricks videos like this one for this game in the near future. So if you like this game yourself, be sure to click that subscribe button down below. Thank you so much. Anyways, with all this being said, let's jump into the video. Now, to begin, we obviously need to state that PUBG Mobile is very different from the PC or console version of this game. I did a video just a couple of days ago comparing and contrasting the games on different devices, but to get right to it, it's very different. So, this means the tips and tricks that we have are significantly different than the ones for the PC or console versions. We'll split this video up into 3 different parts: the start of the game, the middle of the game, and the end of the game. In each part, we'll go in depth on how to maximize your chances of coming out alive in order to progress to the next stage. To begin, we'll talk about the start of the game. This is arguably your most important time you play because the first few minutes will either make or break the rest of the match. If you screw up at the start of the match, chances are you'll never even get a chance to advance to mid-game because you'll die before that point. So, how do you maximize your chances of surviving, and what do you exactly do at the start? First off, get some headsets or headphones. You'll be able to hear footsteps and gunshots better this way, and you will be able to play better. Trust me on that one. Now, when you first get in the plane, you'll note it travels over the map in a straight line. If you've literally just started playing, familiarize yourself with the map in the warm-up area before the match starts. When you start flying over, look down and see where the line takes you. Pick a place that's pretty close to the line because that's generally going to be more often than not inside the safe zone whenever you're progressing later into the game. Some of the best places to land when you're first starting out are the most action-filled areas. Here's the thing: the more people you encounter, the more you can test out your weapons, and the faster you can get better at the game. So, places like the military base, school, and Pachinki are going to be ideal. When you eventually fly near these areas, drop out and travel as fast as you can to the ground. If you see anyone landing close by, note where they are in your head so later on you will be able to take them out. You don't want them to sneak up on you and point blank shotgun you in the face. That'll not be fun. Once you land, it's go time. You'll have to land as fast as you can so you can start looting up. Aim for the tops of buildings, and at the start of a match, your best bet is to get a shotgun. Since you'll either be at school or inside small buildings like in the military base, you'll have a lot of close range encounters. Shotguns will obviously be your best bet at this point. If you don't immediately find people, keep looting up. You will want as much stuff as you can find. The good thing about PUBG Mobile is the game highlights items that will benefit you in yellow, so you will more easily be able to distinguish what you do and do not need. Generally, if you land at places I told you, you'll always find a rifle too, so of course pick one of those up. In the first stage of the game, if you roll with a shotgun and a rifle, you'll be good. But you need to make sure you equip other things as well. Attachments are important for weapons, and obviously use the ones that are highlighted in yellow as they will be better than the ones that you currently have. If you find an extended mag or a shotgun choke or a compensator, use it. These items will improve your gameplay immensely. Obviously, you do want to try and find people. You want to get kills because that's the whole point of a game like this. Don't be a coward and hide from everyone because you're not getting better at the game if you do that. Instead, take fights and you'll become more and more accurate as you engage in them. In the beginning, you probably won't do all too well, but that's okay. You need to practice, and this practice will make you better in the end. So again, shotguns or the occasional SMG if you can't find a shotgun will be best at this stage in the game. You should also try and find as much armor as you can so you don't get one-shot by an enemy player with a sniper. That's happened far too many times for me, and let me tell ya, it's not fun. When you first land and you first see the circle appear on your map, see if it is close to you or far away from you, as that will determine how long you'll actually spend looting. If the zone is very far away from you, you'll have to loot fast and hope to find a vehicle to drive you to safety. The map in PUBG and PUBG Mobile is massive, so if you're far from the safe zone and you get caught in the storm, chances are you'll probably die unless you have a lot of painkillers and energy drinks that'll slowly heal you over time, or med kits and first aid kits that'll heal you to 100% and 75% health respectively. Don't get in that situation, so be sure to leave in an area with plenty of time to spare so you can find a vehicle along your path to safety. Another thing to note is the fact that there are a lot of bots in PUBG Mobile. These are computer-controlled players that queue in when there aren't 100 live players in a match, and they are very easy to kill. You can usually tell who are bots and who aren't, so if you see one running, pursue them and shoot them to get their gear. It's practically free gear alongside a free kill, and that's definitely worth it. Eventually, after looting the desired area you land in for long enough, maybe encountering and hopefully killing a few players in the process, you'll find yourself in mid-game. At this point, the circle will have started to get smaller, and there may only be around 70 players left. At this stage, numbers of players will start to decrease more quickly as the map will start to get smaller and smaller, and you will encounter more and more enemies to kill. Now, you will have left the area you landed in perhaps to get in the safe zone or just to find more enemies to kill. In mid-game, people will be more geared up than at the start, so be prepared for that. Obviously, you will want to get as many kills as possible, but be smart about it. Go to areas where many players will be, like in between two big landing zones. Players will be running between places in areas like where the bridges are, for example, so you'll find a fair amount of players there. At this point, you shouldn't have a shotgun anymore. You will be traveling in more open areas and encountering people at farther range, so shotguns will be of little use to you. Now that you've gotten rid of the shotgun, another helpful tip is to drop all shotgun ammo you had in your inventory. This will give you more space for more important items. Only keep necessary things in your inventory. So if you have 3-4 times scopes, only keep one. Or maybe the shotgun choke or the 45 ammo. Yeah, you can drop that too. Having a less cluttered inventory will allow you to more effectively personalize your weapon, even in the heat of combat. Instead of the shotgun, either have 2 rifles or a sniper and a rifle if you're lucky enough to find a sniper. You'll either want a holographic sight or red dot sight on one rifle for closer ranged encounters, and a 4x or 8x scope for longer ranged encounters on the other rifle. If you have a sniper, equip the 4x or 8x scope on that. Another thing to note, you can change between auto and single fire mode with most guns, so I would keep the rifle designated for closer range on auto fire mode, and the rifle with the 4x or 8x scope on single fired mode. If you try to use an 8x scope on someone very far away and you're using auto fire mode, it'll be virtually impossible due to the fact that the recoil will be far too high. Keep in mind, there is a bullet travel time for weapons in this game. If you're trying to hit someone who is running very far away, you'll have to compensate for distance by aiming ahead of where they are currently. You need to practice with this a lot, and it won't be easy at first. You have to anticipate where the enemy will be and shoot before they get to that point in the hopes they do get to where you think they will. Airdrops will be falling quite frequently during this time. Want the best guns? Well, head over to the airdrops. You'll find amazing snipers, LMGs, rifles, and armor there. Do keep in mind, these are big targets, so many other players may be near them. But if you can get what's inside, they're worth it in the end. I'd recommend using a car so you can drive up fast to the drop, quickly loot, and get out of there fast. Try to use a UAZ or a dune buggy. Don't use a 3-wheeled motorcycle because that thing is terrible. A regular bike is better than that thing. Vehicle mechanics are a little unusual in PUBG Mobile, so be careful not to flip them. You will damage them if you do that, and if you damage them too much, they'll explode, which will result in you dying. Also, make sure to come to a complete stop before exiting a vehicle. If you try to jump out while it's moving, you will take damage or even die. You can run over people using vehicles, but be careful they don't shoot through the windshield, as that certainly can happen. Another tip, if you find the zone is slowly starting to close in on the opposite island from where you are, get there before it's too late. You don't want to be caught outside the zone. Eventually, you will find yourself at the end of the game. This is the point where there will be between 10 and 20 players left, the circle will be quite small, and the majority of players at this point will know what they're doing. Every second counts at this stage. You need to be alert and make smart decisions so you don't instantly die. A tip would be to stay towards the edge of the zone and not go right in the very center. If you go in the center, people can shoot you from all angles, but if you're at the edge, no one will shoot you from behind unless they're running out of the zone. And at this point in time, there likely won't be anyone outside of the zone because they'll all be dead. The zone will be extremely powerful in the end, and even if you're outside of it for like 5 seconds, you'll find most of your health gone. Be sure to keep energy drinks and painkillers on you at all time so you can always keep your health up to the max. In Endgame, you'll be in such a close area that the 8x scope might not be much of use to you. So probably stick a red dot sight, holographic sight, or 2x scope, and you'll be set. If you see two people shooting at each other, wait for one to kill the other before you engage. You don't want to just instantly shoot at someone because they might both hear you and they might both start shooting at you at the same time. And with a 2v1, chances are you're not going to survive that unless you're lucky or the enemies are just plain bad. Don't drive vehicles in the end of the game because the area will be so small it won't make much sense. Try to stay low and don't run right out in the open because you don't want to draw attention to you. Only shoot when you absolutely have to. And when you do, make sure those shots count. The good thing is, in Endgame, everything will be close by, so there won't be much travel time compensation, so it'll be easier to hit people once you spot them. But on the flip side, that goes the same for the enemies. If they see you and you don't see them, it'll be much easier for them to kill you than it would be in mid-game, where you're farther away from them. In Endgame, expect people to have very powerful weapons. They'll have fully equipped M416s and AUGs, so they'll be hard hitting on your armor. If you have encountered enough people earlier, and you learned how your guns work, you should find yourself killing off the last remaining people and getting the win. That chicken dinner. And let me tell ya, it tastes good. You'll want to keep coming back for more. The final circle is really all about who has the best accuracy and who can make their shots land. If you can do that, you're going to be set and you're going to get the win. And with that, that's it. I don't have anything else I can say about PUBG Mobile, at least for tips and tricks right now, so I hope this video helped you. I tried to not make it too long and tried to not get too involved with any specific thing, because that would be for a separate video. If there is anything you want me to explain more in depth, comment down below the video suggestion and I'll create it as soon as I can. If this video helped you, make sure to leave a like down below. Share this video with your friends if they're struggling with PUBG Mobile, and subscribe for more content on this game. I absolutely love this game, and I will be doing many more videos and streams on it in the near future, alongside more tips and tricks videos like this one. As a side note, a few days ago, I posted a game comparison between PUBG Mobile and FORTNITE Mobile, and I'll have that linked down below in the description. So check it out if you haven't already. Thanks, guys. With that, we're out of time, so I'll see you guys later.